Hello learners of all ages, my name is Mr. Montgomery. I teach 4th and 5th grade math, and today we're going to be learning about one-digit quotients. Now, again, a quotient is just that word for an answer to a division problem. So we're going to be having one digit in our answer. With division, we ask the common question, how many times can this number, the divisor, go into the dividend? Now, we've done some practice last chapter of looking at the first digit and estimating about how much it's going to go into this number going into this number. Well, we're actually going to be doing long division, and I'm going to be taking it nice and slow. This is a kind of a new concept for 4th graders, but we can do this. So first question I always ask is, how many times can 3 go into 2? Well, 3 is bigger than 2, so I'm going to have to go to that second digit of 25. Well, now I got to figure out how many times does 3 go into 25. Usually I say a rule of thumb is try 3 times 5 or 3 times 10 to figure out a benchmark, whether I need to get a higher number or a lower number. So if I go 3 times 5, 5, 10, 15, well, that's not close to 25, and I bet I can get closer if I keep counting by 3s. So I know it has to be bigger than 5. Well, I could also try 10. 3 times 10 is 30. Well, 30 is still too big for 25, so I know that it's smaller than 10. Well, let's try 9 and use our 9s trick. So I'm going to take my hands like this. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and I have 20 on this side, or 2 on this side, and a 7 on this side, so I have 27. 3 times 9 is 27. Well, 27 is still too big, but I am close. So I know that it's not 9, I know it's going to be 8. 3 times 8 is 24. Now, I'm going to be subtracting to see how much I have left over. 25 minus 24, 5 minus 4 is 1, 2 minus 2 is 0. I have nothing left over on this side, and I have 1 left over. That 1 left over number is something called a remainder. It is the number that is remaining after we divide and subtract. Now, one thing to note, when it comes to our remainder, the rule with remainders is it has to be smaller than our divisor. My divisor is 3, my remainder is 1. That means my remainder is in good standing. Now, if I did something like this, said 3 times 7, and I had 21, and I subtracted, and 5 minus 1 is 4, and 2 minus 2 is 0, I would have 7 remainder 4, but this isn't the right answer because I know that I have 4 left over. I could get a whole nother group of 3 into my answer. That's why we have our remainder rule. Let's do another problem. I have 9 as my divisor, 45 as my dividend. I'm trying to figure out how many times can 9 go into 4. Well, 9 can't go into 4. 4 is much too small. So I'm going to try 45. Can 9 go into 45? Yeah, I'm going to check with either 5s or 10s. Well, I'll check with 10s. 9 times 10 is 90. That's way too big. So I'm going to try 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Hey, look at that. I had 45 exactly. 9 times 5, well, 9 times 5 is 45. I'm going to subtract to see how much I have left at the end of my division problem. 5 minus 5 is 0, 4 minus 4 is 0, and I have a 0 right here. I do not, I repeat, I do not have to put remainder 0. It goes into it evenly. Let's try one more example. I have 38 divided by 8. Now, 8 is my divisor. I have to ask, how many times can 8 go into the digit 3? Well, it can't. 3 is much too small. So I have to try 38. How many times can 8 go into 38? I can try testing it out with 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So if I multiply it by 5, it's a little bit too much. So I know that instead of 5 up here, it's going to be 4 because 8 times 5 is 40, which is too much, or too much. I can take 8 times 4. Well, 8 times 2 is 16, and 16 plus 16 is 32. I'm going to subtract my two numbers here. 8 minus 2 is 6, 3 minus 3 is 0. My remainder is going to go back up to the top. Remainder, 6. Double check that my remainder is smaller than my divisor. My answer should be 4, remainder 6. Now, it's very important, my 5th grade friends and 4th grade friends, that now It's very important, my fourth grade friends, to make sure that we practice our multiplication skills, because I can double check. All I have to do is take 4 times 8. Well, 4 times 8 is 32. And I'm gonna add 6, my remainder. I have an answer of 38. That's what I started out as my dividend, which means my answer is correct. All right, my fourth grade friends, if we take a look at our workbook on page 105, we will see that we're gonna be doing practice problems number 1, 3, and 5. The directions say divide. Make sure that we're following the remainder rule, where our remainder has to be smaller than our divisor. If you have any questions on our math practice problems, feel free to ask me when we bring it tomorrow to class.